In our days, Kegels and other forms of pelvic floor exercise are very popular ways to strengthen pelvic floor muscles, but on the internet there are many videos demonstrating huge variety of different exercise routines, some of which may not help you in your effort to improve your pelvic floor health, but instead may actually be harmful. Hi, I'm Dr. Arkady with ReBalance. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 very common pelvic floor exercise routines to avoid and how to modify them to make them actually beneficial for you. The first is a traditional Kegel exercise, usually taught to perform during urination, practicing to stop urine and then to let the urine go. Kegel videos usually tell you that you need to strengthen your pelvic floor muscles. Well, the lifestyle of prolonged sitting will definitely leave a negative impact on your pelvic floor musculature, making it weak. In reality, not every man has a weak pelvic floor. There are many men that have quite tense pelvic floor muscles. If the man has a tense pelvic floor muscles, doing the Kegel exercise and only concentrating on contracting those muscles, contracting and not relaxing them can actually make the problem worse. It is because contracting the muscles that are already tense can actually lead to pain, premature ejaculation, or even erectile dysfunction. Imagine that your pelvic floor muscles like a rubber band. If the rubber band is already stretched, stretching it more will only make it snap. The same is true for your pelvic floor muscles. If you already have a tense or contracted pelvic floor musculature, trying to contract it further can actually make it tighter and more painful. Therefore, before doing a traditional Kegel exercise, you need to determine if you have a weak or tense pelvic floor muscles. It is best to consult a specialist to help you to determine that. If you have a tense pelvic floor muscles, the best thing I recommend, actual practice it myself, is to do a very specific pelvic floor routine, not a traditional Kegel exercise. Because in this pelvic floor routine, we're concentrating on both contracting the musculature as well as relaxing it. You get benefits from your pelvic floor exercise without any side effects. If you would like to learn how to perform it correctly and what those exercise routines are, you can follow our video right here that will explain to you exactly how the exercise should be performed. If you would like to learn significantly more about using the exercise routines to improve your sexual wellness, you can also follow our program that is designed to teach you the basis and the essence of what is it you need to improve your sexual performance, not only through exercise, but also through improvement of your testosterone and improvement of overall health. The link to this program is in the description below. The second exercise routine is plank. Well, it's a great exercise for strengthening your core, but it's not a Kegel exercise. This exercise does not help you to strengthen or relax your pelvic floor muscles. It can even be harmful to your pelvic floor muscles, especially if your muscles are either weak or tense. When you plank, you create an intra-abdominal pressure. This is the pressure that extends by the abdominal organs into abdominal wall. This pressure can put stress on the pelvic floor muscles. If you have a weak or tense pelvic floor muscles, it is best to avoid a prolonged static plank exercise altogether. There are many other great core training exercises that you can perform, like a Bergdorf, dead bug, crunches, and many more. The third exercise I would like to tell you about is pelvic tilt. This exercise is good for strengthening the core muscles, but again, it doesn't help you with the pelvic floor musculature, especially if your pelvis either tense or weak. You got it already. The pelvic floor exercise can be harmful to the pelvic floor muscles for a few reasons. Number one, it can increase intra-abdominal pressure extended by the abdominal organs on the abdominal wall. When you do the pelvic tilt, you are contracting your abdominal musculature, which increases that pressure. This can put a stress on the pelvic floor muscles, especially if they are compromised. It can also shorten your hip flexors, and the hip flexors are a group of muscles that run along the front parts of your hip. When you're performing a pelvic tilt, you are shortening the hip flexors. This can also put stress on the pelvic floor muscles, as the hip flexors and the pelvic floor muscles are connected and can pull the pelvic floor muscle in the lengthening position. When you do a pelvic tilt, you are tilting your pelvis forward. This can pull the pelvic floor muscles in a lengthening position and can be harmful for people with weak or tense musculature. The next exercise that you often see on the internet is bridge exercise. With this exercise, you primarily train your gluteal and hamstring muscles, but not directly the pelvic floor muscles, unless you intentionally engage and further relax the deep pelvic floor musculature while performing this exercise. With this exercise, the pelvic floor is only directly trained if you know how to engage your pelvic floor muscles during this exercise and you concentrate on that feeling. During the bridge exercise, engaging the pelvic floor can be quite challenging, and people often engage completely wrong muscles within the exercise routine. Therefore, I do not recommend training your pelvic floor muscles with this particular exercise if you are the beginner and do not know how to engage the right muscles. The fifth and last exercise is a deep squat exercise, especially deep squat with weights. Deep squats are a great exercise for training your quads, your hamstring, your glutes, your core, but not really training the pelvic floor. While deep squat can be helpful to strengthening some of the muscles that supporting the pelvic floor, they're not effective in a pelvic floor exercise routine. If you have a weak or tense pelvic floor muscles, deep squat can put even more stress and cause significant harm, make them actually weaker. This can lead to urinary incontinence, pelvic organs prolapse, and even pain. Now, I don't want you to be under the impression that all these exercises are just totally harmful. They can be useful if you know what you're feeling, if you know how to engage the deeper musculature as well as the relax this deeper musculature after you perform the exercise. As I said, it's not always that it's weak, and it's not always that it's spasm. You need to learn how to feel those muscles. You need to engage them the right way, and then you can use that feeling in performing pretty much any exercise routine. As a matter of fact, when I train my patients, my clients to perform the pelvic floor, I want to teach them first how to feel it, really what to feel for, and then I want them to incorporate this activity pretty much in any daily routine. As you're driving your car, as you're walking, as you're running, as you're perhaps doing some exercise in the gym, even weight training, you can engage the deep pelvic floor musculature connected to your core and make it super effective. Of course, do not forget to relax those muscles as well. Now, in addition to proper pelvic floor exercise training, I always recommend a few other simple home therapies that you can add to your daily routine. Watch this video next to get even more home training options to get your heart erection.